to the No Cap Sports Show podcast, where sports and combos collide. Your host, Fredo, Mo Money, J. Will, Mills Lane, and Kobe, the co-returner. Authentic, unapologetic, no edits, no cap. Let the convo begin.
Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show, where sports and convos collide. I am your host, Mills Lane.
And I am your other host, Fredo.
And I'm your other host, J. Will.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special night for me. It's always nice when you can call on your friends in high places to come on your show. And tonight I have one of my friends, buddies, former co-workers, all of the above, to join us tonight. This is an introduction to some, a reintroduction to others. Please meet the current regional champion head coach of Freedom High School in Woodbridge, Mr. Darryl Overton.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Feel honored.
Listen, Darryl, as a Saturday's victory over Patriot, you all not only are the regional champs, but you hold the single season scoring record. How does that feel? And how do you keep producing these kids that can get in the end zone?
Well, first and foremost, it feels great, for the guys. And like you said, as a coach, obviously we all do what we do for our kids. But like you said, you just continue to have things that help validate that you're doing things the right way. You know what I mean? Like all the accolades and stuff that come with it, just help validate and solidify, that you're doing things the right way. And like you said, unpopular belief, we keep getting these kids that get in the end zone by, teaching them and developing them. I know everybody think I get them, they just walk in the door ready to go and they know how to do it. But, it's something that we work at, year round.
And I can vouch for that. One thing, I appreciate you. It's been like 2 years since you've been on my other podcast, Just Being Honest with Mills Lane. That's a shameless plug, y'all, on IG. But I titled that show, Don't Sweat the Technique. I'm sports adjacent, right? I was a former athlete. Some of y'all don't believe that, but I was. But I have
Mills.
Pretty decent sports acumen. It's remarkable, not just how you get this group of kids that believe in you. I saw that from day one, but you teach technique. Oftentimes, a football coach, people think great motivator, all these things that make a great football coach. But one of the keys is if you can actually see that you are teaching proper technique. You don't have a whole bunch of injuries out there. I mean, obviously injuries happen, but you teach technique. You teach them how to be smart football players. And that is just a kudos to you and your staff that you do that. But not only are you all you have the highest single season scoring record, you produce quarterbacks, you produce linemen. What is it about your technique and your style of coach that, one, the kids buy into, and two, like they out there at 5 a.m. when the fog is on the field. When I'm coming to work, I'm like, what they doing? Why they out there? But you actually teach these kids that can produce on a higher level as well. What's your secret?
Well, I think unpopular belief is no secret. It's just get in and work at it. Like, even me, it's things that I've tried, and I'm like, okay, that's not working. And I think a lot of times when you coaching, and dealing with young people, it can maybe teach anything. Sometimes you gotta swallow your ego and say, okay, this is not working. Let's let this go. Mm-hmm. Let's try it. Wow. Let's try it this way. And I'm not too full of myself to do that. And again, when you're having success, you love it because it does validate, to an extent what you're doing. But a lot of times you just gotta be willing to scrap your hands and be like, okay, that ain't it. All right, let's go this way. And I'm not scared sometimes to go back 5 steps to get going in the right direction for the long haul. And like you said, especially when it comes to quarterbacks, I know Fredo, Jay Wills, like this is my 4th quarterback. This the second one to break the county record in touchdowns. This the first one to break the state record. So I think you see improvement from the first guy I had being Mike Wilson, who was a diamond in the rough and ended up going to college, Fredo and Jay Wills. And then I had AJ Felton, who had 65 touchdowns. Then everybody's like, there's no way you can do better than AJ. Then Quest came in and did better. And then now Tristan, who is he doesn't look the part when you see him.
Right.
But he's been better than all of them. So I think something I can acknowledge as well is I've gotten better with time as far as what I've been doing. And, like I said, I'll leave the rest to you guys to ask me. But that's it. Just not being scared to say, okay, this is not it. We need to try another approach. We need to do something else. And even in front of your own kids saying, okay, I shouldn't have told you I'll do it that way. Man. Let's do it this way, and this is why.
That is so smart. And before I turn it over to the fellas for some questions, he mentioned AJ Felton, and a lot of these kids were my students. AJ was so quick on his feet and so talented at that time that when he scored, they would play the old school song, AJ. Like I was like, this is unbelievable. So the fact that we've gone from that to Tristan, who is a junior, fellas, let's be clear. Wow. He got another whole year to become greater. So, just congratulations to you. I'm proud of you. Fellas, talk to him.
So first, Coach, I want to commend you on something you said where you said you're not afraid to take 5 steps back and even admitting in front of your kids. As a former athlete, man, that's one thing that I feel like any team will buy into your system if you got a coach that's willing, to admit everything he says isn't law. It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But my question to you is, so dealing with these young kids and having so much success, what's some of the toughest challenges of keeping their head on straight with having so much success at such a young age? Because we all know young kids can have immature mindsets. With success comes big-headed, they don't want to listen. So what's the biggest challenge with keeping them in line?
Well, I think something else that goes into that is preparing that. So basically, when we do 7-on-7, we don't play any local high school teams. I take them to play against all-star teams with the best players around the country. So now, Jay Will, now you being humbled by somebody other than me.
Yeah. Right,
so regardless how good we may be doing, they know what's out there. You know what I mean? They know, even though we beat Patriot or I know that this summer when I went against so-and-so in Miami, Florida, or so-and-so Atlanta, I wasn't the top dog on the field.
Right.
And I'm trying to get to that point. The other thing, and I always tell people, the secret is it's breeding competition inside your own program. I have to calm my kids down in practice because, like you said, I got a receiver that he got 20 touchdowns on 50 catches. That's crazy.
That's ridiculous, yeah.
But in practice, the defense treat him like he a bum. You a bum. You can't go. You won't never catch a pass on me. So, to be honest, we've created a culture of competitiveness where the kids gonna humble you. Even Miss Lawson and I love AJ. He one of my favorites. AJ was the deal, and they would treat him every day like he didn't matter. Sometimes I'll be sitting over there, Jay Wilfredo. I'll be like, can y'all leave the quarterback alone before we get bad? I'm talking about they hit the quarterback and say, pick your little punk quarterback up, coach. And I'll be like, hold up, this man scored for all of us.
He got his own song.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I think, not to get along with it, but we've created a culture of competitiveness that the kids going to challenge you every day, no matter what.
I like that.
Like, and even my quarterback now, I love him. He's a hard worker. He do everything I ask him. He had a bad day, one day this week practicing, and guys telling him, get your stuff together. Come on, man, you got it. Like, so it don't always got to come from coach and Jay Will being an athlete, all of you. But when it's coming from other people besides me, you don't got to worry about it. And soon as one of my kids get big-headed, oh, yeah, it's just like y'all another kid going to bring him right back down to reality quick.
Right.
So that's something that's worked in our favor. And then again, exposing the kids to stuff outside of your area. Like I could go around and beat my chest all summer and play against all the local Fairfax teams, Woodbridge, but for what? I want my kids to see this boy over here, he hungry.
Right.
He hungry. And so once you've seen that, now they know, push themselves in. Again, I'm not immune to it. It's days that are better than others.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like today I had to tell them about, your work ethic and stuff. As good as you are, you can get better. And I try to remind them, as good as you are, Jalen Ramsey ran out on that practice field today in practice.
Right.
And Tom Brady. As good as you are, Tom Brady went to practice today. So that's it.
You know what, Coach? I mean, you got me so excited. I'm ready to throw a wall for you right now.
I'm telling you, it's like that.
I want to put some pads on and go to practice
I
tomorrow.
I don't know.
I ain't trying to do that though.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm just loving the culture and the atmosphere that you've built within that program. But I'm actually jealous because shout out to TC Williams, Alexandria City School, whatever their name is right now. No disrespect. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I still love my Titans or what have you. Again, like we said in the back room, man, I don't know what we need to do to get you there, what have you, man. But I'll put that money up to get you, man. I'm thoroughly impressed with you, bro. I really am. In the 5-10 minutes that we've been talking, man. Right. But how did you create this atmosphere in this culture? Did it take a while? What are you know what I'm saying? What are you telling these players? Your players will run through a wall for you, just like I'm ready to do it right now. What is it that you're preaching? What are you selling?
Well, I think part of it is surrounding yourself with coaches that got the same goal. And I've been fortunate to do that. So many times in our community, what happens is you got 2 or 3 people working with you, against you. That's right there standing in your room. And I've been lucky and blessed that the guys that's standing in my room, they in my room. You know what I mean? But to an extent, some of that, I brought guys with me that I knew was in my room. They might not even knew football when we started here. I said, I'll teach you the football part. The loyalty, I don't got time to teach nobody. Right. So that's the first part. Then the second part, like you said, creating that culture is just not, to an extent, not being afraid to let kids be kids and challenge each other. And I think so many times, we try to suppress kids challenging each other in sports and in everything, that you take that away. So a lot went into it. One, having good help and guys repeating the same message. Like, I don't got a coach over here sucking his teeth. Like, why we tackling, man? Like, guys aren't doing that. When you got guys doing that, it hurts. But like in practice, we get after it. We do best on best. So if we on offense, we want the best people available on defense. Some people, I've seen me practice and they say, we kind of hit too much. And I tell them there's only one way to get good at hitting, and that's it. Yeah. And go ahead, Frey.
Coach, they don't make them like you anymore.
For sure.
And I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being as real as I possibly can. They don't make them like you no more. That's why I can't coach. It's going to lead into my next question. I have a killer mentality, right? And this is to all our viewers and listeners out there. I'm talking from a sports standpoint. I'm not
right. Not
take things out of context.
Not Jeffrey Dahmer killer.
You guys get that, okay? But I have such a killer mentality and a competitive mentality, meaning that if I got my foot on your neck in the first quarter, I want to have it on. I don't want to let up. Yep. I never want to let up. I want to send you a message, and I want to send the rest of the district, the rest of the state, and everybody else know that, hey, we coming to play. You either bring your A game or you don't, and I respect that about you. This is going to lead to my next question because one of our viewers, Jeff Smith, put it out there. He said, after scoring 100 points, did you have any negative feedback?
Well, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And-
Before you finish,
and-
Darryl, before you
Go ahead.
finish, it's so common for people to say that term with a negative connotation, running up. So please, everybody, Jeff, thank you for the question. Coach, go ahead.
And hold on, Coach. I don't mean to interrupt you one more
Go ahead,
time.
Jay Will.
How many? Exactly how many points did y'all score?
Thank you.
So we the crazy thing is we scored 112. But forget that. Listen, Jay Will, Fredo, forget that. This is no cap show.
Oh,
The
there it
crazy thing is having 91 at halftime.
Damn.
And I'm sitting there like people think like I'm sitting there with a plan. Like, all right, this is what I'm sitting there watching this unfold. Like, what is happening? Like, forget the freedom coach. I'm a football person. I love this game. Now I'm sitting there looking like, what is happening? Like, this is not supposed to happen like this. And you know, you go over there at halftime and it's 91-0. And the guys are sitting on the bleachers. And I walk over there like it's a normal night. And I start off and I say, it ain't over, it's 0-0. Everybody busts out laughing. So, but again, try to lighten the mood, but there was a lot of negative feedback, and it was people saying stuff in groups and all type of stuff. The thing I say is this: I was not trying to run up the score. Obviously, the gentleman whose team we was playing against, he came from my coaching staff. He came from my coaching staff. So he's a friend, like a family friend for a long time. That's my guy. But, you know, guys were saying, why you run up the score? Like you said, why you ain't put the backups in the second quarter? Why you ain't put them in the first quarter when it was 47-0? Why you pass? They say we should take a knee. When your kids got a fumble recovery, an interception, they should have took a knee. So again, you know, and I'm gonna give it to you because it's you guys. The problem that everybody had with it, that is freedom, you know, our school, and it happened to a school that's not our school. And at the end of the day, it wasn't intentional. Like you said, we had 40-some points that was in turnovers and kick returns and block punts and stuff like that. And like people just don't know the rules. Like in high school, a JV kid can't play more than 48 quarters in a season. So if he played,
I didn't know that.
If he played 10 JV games, that's 40 quarters. He don't have nothing but 8 varsity quarters. And there's another thing. They tried to make me forfeit a game 3 years ago. They came up here counting the JV kids' quarters. So this is stuff that happens behind the scenes. People don't know. So y'all want me to put JV kids in the second quarter for later for the same school district to come and be like, oh, y'all got forfeit a game because your JV kids went over the quarters. So this is stuff people don't know. And the other thing is too, like you said, I answer to my community, my school, my families, and everything is this. I know what my kids' families and aspiration is. I got guys that want to move on to the next level. They got to have it. They need it. Got to have it. Mom and daddy sat on my couch and said it got to happen. So my loyalty is to them.
Right.
So I'm not going to take a guy out if he needs something. I'll take him out when I don't want him to jeopardize his future and I don't want to be hurt. But I'm not going to necessarily what you would call, you know, sell out my guys to appease your feelings. And I think it happened perfect timing. Yeah, prime time said it. Like, don't let my confidence offend your insecurities.
Hey.
Right. It is that part right there, coach. That part right there. And if
go ahead, Fredo. No, go ahead.
No, you go. It's about you, not me. My apologies. Go ahead.
And so, you know, people tried to make it a negative thing, but obviously as a coach, you respect the game. You never go into a game thinking you're going to score 100 points. And to do that, you need a lot of help. The other team is helping you. And I kind of told people the other coach can stop the game at any time and say, we're not playing no more. That's it. I respect him and his staff because they said, we're going to keep playing. They said, we're going to keep playing. and we're gonna see what happens.
Coach, look here. Maybe it's me. I'm too old school. My job is to put the best players out there on the field.
Yep.
Your job is to stop me, damn it. Stop me. That's it.
Right,
If
right.
you can't stop me, then don't play then. Don't bring your team to show. Don't show up. That's just what it is.
I appreciate the transparency. Again, being fully transparent. Again, Darryl and I were co-workers. We have a friendship outside of this, but I'm telling you firsthand that he is the truth. His program, the people, everybody believes in that one goal. And I think a lot of people, I was not at the game, this particular game where the score, but I caught it, I heard it. Why your boy running up the score? And Jeff Smith, it's nothing negative against you because you asking a legitimate question, and I think Coach gave us a transparent, you heard it first answer. But what a lot of people don't know is that, again, what you gonna do if you got a turnover? You gonna stop? You get a fumble, you got to run it in. You're doing your job, and that's
right. I'll lose respect for you. No.
Does it come off humiliating to the other team? Absolutely, it does.
Get better than Mills.
But if you are an athlete, everybody's taking a whooping. Everybody's had to be humbled.
That's right.
It just so happened, I would like to hear people that were actually there. One, the people that criticize, and then two, again, what do you do when the bulk of your touchdowns are off of turnovers?
Right.
And this is the thing. People that don't know sports, right? So the gentleman comes to me during the game and says, can we just run the ball? And I say, well, running the ball when you're overmatching somebody is usually worse.
Right.
So to prove a point, I said, watch this. I'm going to put a D lineman in and hand him the ball. And he broke a 50-yard touchdown.
Wow.
So I was doing things to try to keep it from getting even more out of hand. Obviously, we only scored 3 touchdowns in the second half. But like you said, people don't understand the game and know when you're better than somebody by that much running the ball, a lot less can go wrong for the team that's superior. And I think, the thing that disheartened me about it is our school. I played Division VI, AAA, don't complain. I probably got about a total of 56 kids, okay, between varsity and JV. I don't have all these kids. And for everybody's negative comments to be, we doing this. But when other schools come here and beat us in baseball, 44 zip.
Right.
46 zip. Listen, volleyball, the match over in 12 minutes. Do you think the other team stopped spiking, doing anything? No. So again, as we all know, and it's no cap show, it's a bigger issue what the issue really was. And I'll leave that up to y'all when the time is right. But that's really what it comes down to. And if it's happening to us, it's okay. If it's happening to them, it's not okay. And at the end of the day, like you said, I love the coach from the other team. It was nothing personal. Wasn't even he called me and was like, no, I know. And I respected him. Like you said, he competed the entire game. He competed.
Yeah.
Now consider that another opponent said before the game started that they just going to let the clock run in the second quarter before a down or anything happened. So, it's two sides of the coin. I'm going to tell you, the people in power's suggestion was me call the coaches of the other schools on Tuesday and tell them my plan for when we get up. And I said, if a coach ever in his life called me on a Tuesday talking about what he going to do when he get up, he just going to have to fight me. Because I'm not saying nobody going to beat me till it happen.
Right.
And I said, that's more arrogant than scoring. If I call you on Tuesday and we play Friday, and I say, Coach J. Will, hey, look, man, when we get up by 60, this is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna look at your phone and be like, boy, if you don't get off my phone.
Right. Yeah, I'd rather you just go score the points. I'd rather you just go score the points,
bro.
So that's it in a nutshell. Like you said, people was negative, but they didn't understand everything that come with it. They don't understand all the rules.
Right.
They don't understand all. They just outside looking in and reacting to something that really, I really couldn't control because it was happening to them as well. It was happening that way. At the end of the day, I don't want to, like I said, my allegiance, my loyalty is to my school, my kids, my community. And I know when those parents and kids sat down and tell me what their dreams are and what their aspirations, and maybe not just dreams, but it got to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got that. That's what my loyalty is. And, other parents, their response was high school athletics aren't about college scholarships. And I said,
Well,
you
tell your
can't
son
even
to
tell
get
that
back.
to,
Tell me.
listen, you can't tell that to Wanda Jones, who's my mom, that had 4 boys. And she told us, if you don't get a scholarship, I can't afford it.
Right.
So, and I got kids that have done the same thing to me. So that might be your issue at your school, but not his. So that's it.
Right.
And a couple things, I'm always interested because of the makeup of freedom. And folks on here, just do your research when we may not come directly out and say things, but just looking at the makeup of the school and the heat you get. How do you protect your peace? Because I know you catch it, and there's a time where you have to shut it off. What you are sharing with us tonight is proving to people how smart you are and who you're actually doing this for. But people they don't do their research. You need, fake news is a thing, right? And I was at Freedom teaching when we did not have a winning record, when we played your high school, Hilton, your alma mater, and we were the laughing stock. We couldn't get, and it's not that we didn't have good athletes. I would never take anything away from them, but there was a shift when you joined the program. So what do you do to quiet the noise?
I mean, to be honest, and I've talked to you about this and others, I don't try to quiet the noise. It don't concern me. Like, I just concentrate on my kids. I've eaten and endured a lot because I love my kids. And truthfully, I love the school. Like, it's not like I just do football and say, forget the rest of the school. Like, I've been involved in every bit of the school from the day I was there. And I love, my principal, I love my AD, all that. But I ignore it at this point because my loyalty is to my kids. And, here we are, every turn, I've had the people that's in my own county work against me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, every turn. Like, we had a gentleman, something happened to him in the state semis. We get ready to play a state championship. The gentleman got hurt on the other team. My team, we prayed for the young man, prayed for him,
Right.
kneeled around him. Man, my own county investigated us and asked my players the week of the state championship did I tell them to hurt the kid on purpose. So it's a lot of stuff that happens to me personally that's wrong, that I don't even do anything or say nothing because I'm there for the kids.
Yeah.
And even like I let y'all know right now this day, something petty they trying to do to us as a football program the week of the state semis. And like I said, I'll address it. We'll do it again. But it's always like this. It's always made difficult for me. I've been investigated like 27 times.
What?
On every type of allegation you could think of. That stuff that don't have nothing to do with sports, anything, man. 27 times. And I always I'd remain loyal to my kids and my school. If it was about anything else, I'd have been quit. Like you said, I didn't have my character assassinated. Like you said, stuff just been said that wasn't true. And I just had to deal with it because I love what I do. And I love my kids. And I love the school. Like, I genuinely do love the school. So that's it.
So it's not the school, it's the county.
Yeah, like you said, my school's been supportive almost the entire time I've been there. Even our new regime has been supportive. It's just, there's a lot of outside noise. And like I said, all I could do is block it, lock in on the kids, because I feel like at any time if I ever made it about me, then you taking away from them. So I just dealt with it and kept it moving.
You keep doing what you're doing, bro, because what you're doing is infectious.
It's crazy.
And whatever, however it turned out, man, I know this, man. God got big plans for you. I don't know what it is. You don't know what you may not know what it is, but man, He has big plans for you, man. I like what you're doing, man. You have a tremendous effect on these kids, man, on these kids' lives. Like I said earlier, man, look, I don't know the kids from Adam, but it seemed like these kids will run through a wall for you or run through a brick wall in any day of the week, man. And that's a tribute to you, bro. So you keep doing what you do. I just had to sneak that in there and say that, man. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut.
No, it truly is his ministry. You know, when you are about the kids, when you have a goal, again, I'm biased, I'll put it out there, but you know, I've seen it, you know, and this is the crazy thing. I didn't teach any of these kids on this current team. This is a young team, and the camaraderie and the way this team just gels is scary. Like, I already got us, you know, winning, and I'm at a whole different school, but it's still us, right? It's no cap. It's still us, right? And I'm still right there. But it is, again, if you know football and you see a group and you see this group, you go, now he had some hitters in 8 years, but this group, something special.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay Will.
And I think something I don't want to lose about is parent support.
Yeah.
Y'all know that anytime you got a good program, you got good parent support. And that's one thing that I changed. And before Jay will hit me with the question, but the parent support I have now also holds me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're dealing with nonsense, and the people that you're doing it for appreciate it and let you know, it make it a lot easier. And you know, obviously you guys might know, but I got the youth league that I founded. So there's a ton of support there from the teams, the parents, the coaches. They're all there all the time. So I got, you know, the right people supporting me. My parent group is amazing. And, you know, I'm going to say this, football get overwhelms, but I got better as a coach too with the academic part and understanding it all the way from A to Z to where, you know, Miss Lawson and even Miss Hardaway, who's now there, you know, where I have study hall Tuesday and Wednesdays that we pay a teacher to do. Like when I first started, looking at these transcripts was like, woo. and now today, for my council director to bring out the transcripts, and I mean nobody had less than a 3.0, not one person. So again, recognizing these things that still I can improve on, wins or losses, and having people like Miss Lawson, I have Miss Hardaway, other teachers too, like, all right, we need to do better in this still. And so I just kept improving and continue to plan on doing so.
Coach, man, just listening to you talk, like you said, you do study hall on Tuesday and Wednesdays with the team, and this is on the high school level. Have you ever thought about like coaching on the college level?
Of course, and some things have came up that just weren't the right time or place.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it goes back to what Fredo had said earlier. I think that might be what I want to do. Just like I also thought I was going to be in the NFL based on how good I was. And I think God's plan and mine's ain't aligning all the time. I know I could coach college football to a high level, but would I be as impactful on young people as I am now? So I don't know if, like you said, God's ready to let me go from doing that. But I have had some stuff come up. But it wasn't the right time or place. And like I said, I'm more of a believer every day that I'm not as in much control of that as I think I am.
Yeah. And I mean, and don't sell yourself short, man. You never know. Like it's plenty of kids on that college level that look like they living, and in reality, bro, they need a coach like you. Like they really every day need a coach like you in their corner. You know what I'm saying? Like that college level, bro. It's kids all the time that look like, damn, like this dude's so good, bro. It look like he come from a high level school, but in reality, in his mind, like he need deep down a coach in his corner like you. You know what I'm saying? Like they get to the next level, they don't got coaches like you everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you might impact more college kids than what you're doing now.
That's right.
All facts.
And coach, let me know when. Just let me know. I can put in the word with Nick Saban. So, I got ties with him, stuff like that. So me and Ezra,
I can put in the word with Larry Johnson.
So you call Larry Johnson, I call me and Ezra Worley. We'll call Nick Saban. Put in the word. We get you. All right.
I
But
want
for the
I
viewers
want the
and
folks
listeners,
watching to know that, you know, what you do in the community, and you don't brag, you know, you don't boast. But you making headlines for what you're doing in the community. Last week was Thanksgiving. Right before Thanksgiving, I'm not sure how many years in a row you've done this, but you do a Thanksgiving dinner giveaway. Can you talk a little bit about that and who helped you put
Yes.
it together?
Yeah. So we do. We started off just giving out turkeys, and that actually started with my brother Howard Jones, who played at Freedom, played in the NFL the first year. Then the next year, kind of transitioned to me and Mob doing the work together. Sorry, giving out turkeys. And then we kind of transitioned to me, KB Davis Worldwide, helping others, and a bunch of other people, man. TM Security, Acclaim Home Service, anybody willing to help. We kind of get these Thanksgiving dinners, and we give them out to whoever needed. We did different this year. We started off with the students in the school. So we gave out about 150 tickets to families in need in the school. And then we gave out from there instead of just letting random people come up. The first year, Miss Riley helped me get it off the ground too. Miss Gaisha Riley, who is a CTE teacher at the school. And then, like you said, I took college and NFL players to all the elementary schools on Route 1 to read to them, just to read. Nothing crazy. Man, but just see stuff like this, it's just what you're supposed to do because that's
Right.
where you're from. Like,
Right.
you're supposed to do that. I mean, so it was never a big deal. I wasn't looking for no accolades, but, you know, a newspaper guy saw it and reached out.
oh,
300 backpacks with school supplies. And today, we did, this year, I gave the school like 30-some backpacks with school supplies. So just always helping.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
That's great. That's great, Coach. And again, we're not. Coach. And again, we not. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Y'all hear me?
I can you, Mills.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. So
All right,
we got a fun segment. Rapid fire segment, Coach. You ready? Rapid fire segment, Coach. You ready?
I think so.
Hold on.
All right. First question.
Can't hear you.
All right. First question.
Now I can hear you.
LeBron or Kobe? LeBron or Kobe?
LeBron.
First celebrity crush. First celebrity crush.
Ooh, Pam Grier.
Ah. Last song you listened to. Last song you listened to.
More M's. Drake and 21 Savage.
Okay.
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 Who's your favorite rapper of all time? Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Lil Wayne.
And who's your favorite NFL team? Who's your favorite NFL team?
Oh man.
49ers.
49ers.
Yeah. I fell in love with Roger Craig in the 5th grade.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was a beast, man. Oh my gosh, yeah, he was a beast, man. Absolutely.
I fell in love with Roger Craig.
Absolutely. Anybody got their volume up?
I'm not sure what happened.
I'm hearing the echo.
I'm not sure what happened.
I'm hearing the echo.
Turn, yeah.
Is it me?
I think it's you, Coach. Did you do something different? I think it's you, Coach. Did you do something different?
Okay.
Let me make sure it's right.
All right, no problem. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. No problem. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. All right, Coach. Here's a question for you. Coach, here's a question for you. So your team is down by 4 with 52 seconds. What quarterback currently in the past? What quarterback currently you put your pass to win that? Win that game-winning drive.
Brady.
Okay, that's a good one. If so, I think you already know the answer to this one because you already If your life is on the line, which your life literally? Nas, Biggie, Pop, Drake, Lil Wayne or Rakim?
Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Okay. What is your advice to aspiring football coaches?
Study the game. Always be a student of the game.
Okay. If you had to coach one of these college football teams, which one would you choose? Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, USC, or Clemson?
I'm an Alabama fan, but I would coach USC.
Hey,
That's okay. Roll Tide, roll Tide, roll Tide. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Okay. Sean Taylor or Ed Reed?
Ed Reed. I want touchdowns.
I love
Mike
Ed Reed.
Parsons or Lawrence Taylor?
Lawrence Taylor.
Nick Saban or Urban Meyer?
Nick Saban.
All right.
Yeah.
Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, or AZ Fudd?
Whew. Fudd.
Don Staley or Gino Auriemma
As a coach,
as a coach?
I'm gonna go with Gino still right now.
All right,
Hey,
cool. All right, you pass with you pass with flying colors, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Coach, what's your game plan? You got the state semis on Saturday. You got a team from Chesapeake that think that team. What's your game plan? Do you change it up or you just say we gonna do what we've been doing? Play your position.
Honestly, you always game plan for your opponent, like what they do well, what they don't do well. And you always go into it. But I always tell people, like even my staff, I always say, I'm anxious to get to the point where, all right, your game plan and my game plan met. And let's see what the adjustment is.
Mm.
And I always say that's when the real game start. And again, like I said earlier, I'm okay with scrapping something that we did all week if it ain't working. Like I'm not gonna keep banging my head on the wall and say we got to do it. So that's what I would say. Like we're prepared. This team has big play potential. Like they got athletes like us, but the thing that's messing them up is they think we ride horses to school and stuff. They don't think that they come in to play athletes. And they said that. So, you know, they're gonna present a challenge, you know, athletically, but you know, we scrimmaged DeMatha this year. You know what I mean? Like I seen this on the horizon,
Right.
which is why we scrimmaged DeMatha the past 2 years with this young group. Like they've been in front of everything, like I told you. So I'm anxious. I have a game plan, but don't let coaches fool you. Just because you got a game plan, don't mean that's the absolute end all be all to what.
Right.
I always say the game starts or happens once one of the team's game plan don't work.
Yeah.
Plan B to plan C.
True story, man. True story. Coach, to all the viewers and listeners that's listening right now, and you have a huge game this week. Can you, I guess, like I said, can you reiterate? I don't know if you had said anything to Mills. Can you reiterate in terms of who you're playing, where you're playing at, what time, you know, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? So the viewers and listeners may be able to catch it as well.
Yes, sir, Fredo. So we're playing Western Branch High School, who is from Chesapeake, Virginia. I got a lot of respect for their head coach. The head coach and his wife, me and her used to coach women's basketball together at Colonial Forge.
Wow.
Then me and Coach Cook, like we did some work and stuff together. Like I worked with his son, he worked with my son, so we know each other. The game's at 2:00. It's at Freedom. Tickets can get bought on GoFan. It's gonna sell out. The one thing about Chesapeake 757, they gonna travel deep to support their kids and their school. You know how 757 feel about their brand of football that is better than everywhere on America. So again, nothing but respect. But 2 p.m. Freedom High School, Western Branch. They got a kid going to North Carolina. Kid committed to Richmond. They're a good team.
Okay.
It should be a good game.
Okay. Mills, you got any final thoughts, hon? Jay Will?
I just appreciate you for taking the time to come on in such a busy week where, we know you're prepping for a game. I appreciate your transparency always. And, again, I'm biased. However, no cap, he is the truth. So we appreciate your time, Darryl.
Hey, Coach, is it a link or anywhere like you can watch the game online or something?
So it is. You go through VHSL to get that. It's not necessarily through us. So VHSL.com. They do have a streaming link that you usually click on. Sports media that's there. Prince William County Sports will stream it as well, usually on Facebook and YouTube. So, they'll be there. And I appreciate you guys doing this. Again, support who supports you. You know how I get down.
Facts. Yeah, no, we're definitely, like I said, we definitely be rooting and supporting you and your team, man. And like I said, we definitely appreciate you coming on, vibing with us tonight, man. And we hopefully get you back again in the near future.
For sure. Thank y'all for having me.
All right. Have a good one.
Get us on out of here. What you got, Mills?
First of all,
that was dope.
He opened it up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
No
right. I mean, people need to know the background, and that's one thing I want people to take from the show. You got to know the whole story. Stop hating so much. You know what I'm saying? It's always, and we know what that's like to hate. We've all done it. We like football. I'm a Cowboy fan, and Fredo apparently still likes the Commanders, but they coming strong. They having a good the end of the season. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
There you go.
You know how that is, but take the coach's advice. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself, do your research, understand what you're talking about before you put hate on people. But I respect people who can quiet the noise, who can be like, you know what? I've been hit. How many said 27 ways from Thursday? He been hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's still standing. So that means something. That matters. So if y'all in the area, come out to Freedom High School this weekend on Saturday. Again, Western Branch is coming up from Chesapeake. They hungry, but I'm telling you, this group is hungrier. So
I think I'm gonna watch that game, man. He got me wanting to watch the damn game.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I'll send you the link. I tried to put the GoFan link app on there, but I was typing and I didn't put the whole thing on there. So
yeah, I want to watch that game now.
Yeah, you will.
So are they favored to win the state championship?
I would assume so. They undefeated. I don't know if Western Branch is undefeated. They might be.
I think they are, Mills. I think I read something that they are. I could be wrong, but I think I did read something that they are undefeated, man. But I don't know, man. This coach, I'm like, I really want to play for this guy.
Right. For real.
I mean, I had one.
You want to get out there in February at 5 a.m. and do some warm-ups like that?
Man,
Yeah,
I can't give you too much at 49, but something on it.
Yeah.
I'll lead into the J Will. Yeah, for real. But
well, man, I had a good time tonight.
Me too. Get us on out of here, babe.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the No Cap Sports Show, where sports and combos collide. We're gonna see y'all next week. Are we seeing them next week, right?
We're gonna see them next week because we got a special guest, Lonnie Harrell, former Georgetown Hoya, Northeastern basketball team. You know what I'm saying? He played for the AN1 mixed sport. Right? You know what I'm saying? All that other good stuff. You know.
Click like and subscribe on our YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We're going to be here every Wednesday giving y'all some quality guests. So thanks again. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
And one more. And if you missed it, if you want to catch this episode on audio, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast. Good night.